If you struggle with poor digestion, joint stiffness, or even frequent infections, there's one overlooked solution I've seen help again and again: baking soda water. As a doctor, I've worked with many patients over 15 years who suffer from chronic acidity, inflammation, and fatigue, often due to a hidden pH imbalance. In this video, we'll uncover 8 shocking health benefits of drinking baking soda water daily. And trust me, one of them is crucial for your kidneys. Stay till the end. I've also included a powerful bonus tip that works hand in hand with this habit. Let's begin with what this powerful drink does to your stomach and why it's the foundation for everything else, starting with improved digestion and heartburn relief. Most people do not realize that as we age, the production of stomach acid naturally decreases. This condition is called hypochlorhydria. It may sound counterintuitive, but having low stomach acid can actually lead to heartburn and indigestion, not high stomach acid. That's because insufficient acid delays the breakdown of food, which causes it to sit in the stomach longer and ferment, leading to bloating, gas, and that burning sensation in the chest. Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, helps here by reacting with hydrochloric acid in your stomach and neutralizing the excess acidity. It doesn't just offer symptom relief, it helps your stomach return to its ideal pH range temporarily, which supports more efficient digestion and nutrient absorption. Have you ever eaten a meal and felt like it just sat there for hours? That's a common sign of poor acid balance. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in 8 ounces of water on an empty stomach can help food move through the digestive tract more easily, improving both comfort and nutrient uptake. From my experience treating reflux and digestion issues for over 15 years, I've seen this method work far better in older adults than over-the-counter antacids, which often block acid production entirely. Seniors need balanced acid to digest proteins and absorb key nutrients like vitamin B12, calcium, and iron. But timing is everything. You should never take baking soda right after eating. Doing so may interfere with the digestive process by neutralizing the very acid your body needs to break down food. Use it ideally 30 minutes before your meal. Also, don't go beyond 1 dose per day. Overusing it can lead to issues like electrolyte imbalance, especially if you exceed half a teaspoon daily. Let's shift from the gut to the joints, where a hidden cause of pain may be inflammation and acidity. You'll want to hear about joint pain and stiffness relief. Before we continue, I'd really like to know more about you. Drop a comment with where you are watching from and share one health goal you are working on right now. If you are using baking soda for digestion, energy, or daily balance, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. If this content feels useful, type 1 in the comments, or 0 if not. I read every reply. Many older adults wake up each morning with stiff knees, swollen fingers, or aching hips and assume it's just age. But what if acidity in the body is contributing to that pain? When the body becomes too acidic, it tries to buffer this acidity by pulling alkaline minerals from bones and tissues. Over time, this imbalance can promote inflammation in the joints and even increase uric acid buildup. Baking soda works as a systemic alkalizer. It can lower the levels of uric acid in the bloodstream, which is a key trigger for gout and joint stiffness. But its benefits may go beyond that. Research from the University of Georgia found that baking soda actually activates anti-inflammatory pathways in the spleen, calming the immune system's overactive response. I used to think the only real solution for joint issues was supplementation, glucosamine, turmeric, fish oil, but after working with patients dealing with arthritis and stiffness for many years, I noticed that those who added baking soda water consistently began reporting noticeable improvements in joint mobility. Several even described reduced stiffness within just 2 or 3 weeks. The best way to take it for joint support is early in the day, before breakfast, around 5 days a week with a break over the weekend. Also, staying hydrated is critical. You'll need at least 64 ounces of water throughout the day to help flush out acids and support joint lubrication. But be cautious. If you're sensitive to sodium or have high blood pressure, monitor your response carefully. And never combine baking soda water with anti-inflammatory drugs unless your doctor says it's safe. What's your biggest struggle with joint pain in the morning? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I might even make a full video around your responses. If this video about baking soda has helped you, or you are learning something new here, go ahead and tap the like button. It helps push this video to others who are still trying to understand its benefits. Let's make sure they get the right guidance too. Now, let's look at how this simple drink may offer powerful protection to your kidneys. Our next topic is kidney support and detoxification. As you get older, your kidneys lose some of their ability to filter waste and maintain acid-base balance. This often happens slowly and silently until problems like fatigue, swelling, or blood pressure issues show up. One of the most important things you can do for kidney health is to reduce acid buildup in your body. Drinking a small amount of baking soda water can help here by lowering the acidity of your urine. This not only eases the workload on your kidneys, but also protects tiny structures inside the kidneys called nephrons. These are the filters that clean your blood, and they are easily damaged by acid waste. A study from the University of London found that daily use of sodium bicarbonate slowed kidney decline in patients with early-stage chronic kidney disease. The patients had better function, less protein in their urine, and a slower progression of their condition. That tells us a lot about how even mild changes in body pH can influence kidney performance. I recommend starting gently with just 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda in water. Taken mid-morning. Why mid-morning? Because that's when kidney activity is peaking and your hydration levels are usually steady. After a few days, you can increase to 1/4 teaspoon, but no more unless advised by your doctor. One important thing to avoid is combining baking soda water with a high-protein diet. That's because high protein increases acid load, and the kidneys then have to work harder to neutralize it. This combination might cancel out the very benefits you're trying to achieve. Also, this remedy is not for everyone. If you've been diagnosed with moderate or advanced kidney disease, do not take baking soda unless it's specifically prescribed for you. It can alter your blood pH too rapidly in those cases. Are you currently doing anything to support your kidney function? Let me know in the comments. It helps me create better, more focused content for you. Let's move from filtration to circulation, because your blood pressure and heart health may be next in line for a boost. Let's explore the cardiovascular benefit of balanced blood pressure. Most people think high blood pressure comes only from salt or stress, but the story is far more complex. One major but less talked about factor is how your body manages acid and base levels. When your internal environment becomes too acidic, your blood vessels tend to tighten, which increases vascular resistance and puts extra strain on the heart. Even a slight improvement in blood pH can help reduce this tension and make circulation smoother. Baking soda, taken in moderation, supports a more alkaline internal balance. This eases stress on the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, which controls dilation and flow. Research from Mayo Clinic has shown that buffering acid in the body can improve endothelial function, which means your vessels stay more relaxed and responsive. That can translate to better oxygen delivery, smoother blood flow, and improved overall heart performance. Here's something I often tell my patients. Managing blood pressure is not always about removing salt entirely. It is about balance. If you combine a small dose of baking soda with potassium-rich foods like spinach or avocado, you help your body maintain the right sodium-potassium ratio, which is critical for healthy muscle and heart function. That includes your heart muscle, which relies heavily on potassium for stable rhythm. I've personally worked with patients in the borderline zone of hypertension who saw gradual improvement just by adjusting their acid-base levels. And the best time to drink baking soda water is right before your walk. Why? Because that's when your circulation is most active, and the extra support can amplify cardiovascular benefits during exercise. But don't overdo it. This approach is not right for people with uncontrolled high blood pressure or those on certain medications. Always stay within the recommended dose to avoid putting your kidneys or electrolyte balance at risk. Have you ever paired your morning movement with a small pH balancing drink? Drop a comment below if you have tried it or if this is something new to you. Stick with me through to the end because the last two benefits of baking soda are the ones most people miss. Next up is a benefit many seniors overlook, but it can transform your sleep and mental sharpness. You'll be surprised by what pH balance for brain function can do. There is a reason why some people feel mentally sluggish even after a full night's sleep. When the pH in your body leans toward acidic, it can interfere with how well your brain cells receive oxygen. Without enough oxygen, the brain starts slowing down. You may notice things like delayed response times, trouble focusing, or forgetting names more often. Keeping your pH in balance allows your blood to carry oxygen more efficiently to your brain tissue. That means better focus, faster processing, and sharper memory. Studies from Johns Hopkins University have shown that even mild acidosis affects neurotransmitter function. These are the chemical messengers that allow your brain to think clearly and respond quickly. When these signals are disrupted, the brain starts operating below its full capacity. I've worked with older adults who came in complaining about brain fog and mild forgetfulness. What I often find is that many of them are slightly dehydrated and acidic without even knowing it. Once they began hydrating properly and adding a mild dose of baking soda in the morning, their clarity started improving within a couple of weeks. It is not a miracle pill, but when you remove the roadblocks, the brain starts functioning the way it is meant to. If you want to try this yourself, the key is to take it early in the day. Don't drink baking soda water too close to bedtime because it can lightly stimulate your system and interfere with deep sleep. Pair it with a short breathing routine in the morning to boost oxygen flow to the brain even more. Also, don't make the mistake of thinking this replaces brain supplements like omega-3 or B complex. Think of it as a foundation. It helps your body create the right conditions for those nutrients to work better. Let's now go below the brain, to your belly. There's a digestive boost that can lead to unexpected weight regulation. Let's dig into support for healthy weight. Many people are trying to lose weight by counting calories or switching to low-fat snacks, but they often overlook how acidity affects metabolism. When your body is too acidic, your metabolic enzymes do not function at full capacity. These enzymes are responsible for everything from breaking down food to converting fat into usable energy. If they are slowed down, it becomes harder to burn fat efficiently, even if you are exercising. Processed foods, stress, and lack of sleep can increase acid load in the body. Over time, this environment can lead to cravings for sugar and salty snacks because the body is trying to self-correct its pH balance. That often leads to overeating and makes healthy weight management even more difficult. Drinking a small amount of baking soda water before your walk or light activity can help balance that acid load. It supports the enzymes your body needs to process nutrients and helps create a better gut environment. When your gut flora is in balance, you digest food more effectively and absorb more vitamins and minerals. This not only helps regulate appetite, but also supports long-term metabolic health. I often suggest this to my patients as a pre-activity drink, about 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in water. Taken about 20 minutes before movement, it seems to make light exercise more productive. Some patients even report feeling less fatigue during their walk and better digestion afterward. That said, this is not a magic fix. It only works well when paired with small daily movement and a balanced diet. If your food choices stay acidic or your lifestyle is too sedentary, baking soda alone will not move the needle. What simple routine helps you stay on track with your weight and energy levels? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. It might help someone else who's struggling to stay consistent. Now let's cool things down. Literally, baking soda can help cool the body from the inside, which is a big deal for chronic inflammation. Next, reduced inflammation and cooling effect. Most people think inflammation only comes from injuries or chronic conditions, but there is also an internal heat component many do not think about. When the body stays in an acidic state, it creates excess metabolic heat, which leads to a feeling of inner warmth, restlessness, or swelling. Baking soda helps reduce that internal heat by gently shifting the body toward a more alkaline state. When pH becomes more balanced, blood vessels relax slightly, allowing heat to dissipate more evenly throughout the body. This cooling effect can make a real difference, especially for people who struggle with chronic fatigue, muscle tightness, or symptoms like night sweats. I have often seen patients who suffer from hot flashes or restless leg syndrome feel real relief when they start a routine that includes baking soda water, and they are not taking anything extreme. It is just a matter of drinking it the right way, at the right time. Try mixing baking soda with chilled water and fresh mint leaves. This small change not only enhances the cooling sensation, but also supports digestion thanks to the soothing effect of mint on the stomach lining. Just be careful not to combine it with anything that heats the body up again, like caffeine, which can cancel out the cooling benefits by narrowing the blood vessels and increasing stress hormones. Have you ever tried something as simple as this to reduce internal heat? Does your body tend to run warm or cool? Drop a comment below and share what helps you feel balanced and calm. Our final benefit is perhaps the most surprising. It is about immunity. So let's talk about how this drink influences your immune system resilience. You might not think of baking soda when you think of immune health, but it plays a quiet yet powerful role. When your body stays too acidic, it creates a favorable environment for viruses, bacteria, and even fungi to thrive. These harmful organisms often multiply faster in acidic conditions, which means your body has to work harder to defend itself. By slightly alkalizing your system, you help shift this internal terrain so that it becomes less inviting to those pathogens. Your white blood cells, the core of your immune defense, work better when they are not swimming in acidity. Research from Harvard shows that in a balanced pH environment, immune cells become more active, more mobile, and more precise in how they identify and respond to invaders. This is especially helpful during allergy season or cold months. I often recommend my patients start their day with a mild baking soda drink combined with a zinc-rich breakfast like eggs or lentils. Zinc strengthens the production of immune cells, while baking soda helps those cells move freely and function at full capacity. Together, they create a strong morning foundation for the immune system. Do not think that taking more will give you more protection. Too much can actually work against you, especially if you are not pairing it with sleep, hydration, and proper nutrition. Everything has to work together for the immune system to truly shine. What does your morning routine look like when you are trying to avoid getting sick? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and maybe your ideas can help someone else build better habits too. We have covered a lot, but now let's add a surprising non-food habit that supports everything we just discussed. Gentle morning stretching can make a big difference when paired with baking soda water. Stretching within 15 minutes of waking activates your lymphatic system, which clears waste and fluid, but depends on movement to function. A 5 to 10 minute routine helps distribute alkalinity into muscles and joints where most inflammation and tension build up. I often suggest cat-cow stretches, seated twists, and toe touches. Deep breathing during these moves boosts oxygen, removes excess carbon dioxide, and helps stabilize pH levels while lowering cortisol. In my experience, this combo improves energy, reduces stiffness, and supports clearer focus throughout the day. Now that you have the full plan, let's pull it all together with a quick recap. Support digestion and ease heartburn with 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in water. Lower joint pain by reducing uric acid and inflammation. Help your kidneys by reducing urine acidity. Improve blood pressure by balancing pH. Boost brain clarity by supporting oxygen and neurotransmitters. Aid metabolism by helping enzymes function better. Cool the body and reduce inflammatory heat. Strengthen immunity by improving white blood cell performance. And with gentle morning stretching, help all of these benefits move through your body faster. Like, comment, and subscribe. More coming soon.